Hello, Advent. Lent is almost upon us, and I wanted to send this video because there's a few things I really want to share, and I decided this was the best format rather than asking you to read yet another long letter of mine. In short, I just want to invite you to feasting and to fasting. Of course, the church traditionally fasts in Lent, and we are going to invite you to participate in a community fast. We're going to rotate each week of Lent, fasting something different as a church family, so food, media, spending, coffee, things like this. I'll be sending a document out shortly, maybe later tonight or tomorrow, that outlines that plan. But alongside of our fasting, I want to invite you to three forms of feasting. First, I want to invite you to read the book of 1 Peter every week of Lent. It's only 5 chapters. It'll take you 10 to 20 minutes. And it's going to be the basis of our sermon series, which I am really, truly excited about sharing. It's called Flourishing in Exile. Flourishing in Exile. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at what it means to be a people who are in exile. Now, of course, all Christians in some sense are in exile because this world is not our home. We're made to be with the Lord in the new heavens and the new earth. And so as long as we're here, we're in exile. But there's also a sense in which in this moment in time, in this cultural moment and just in this historical moment, the church can draw upon this motif of exile because the church is no longer in the center. It's no longer at the table with the powerful and the elite. The church is on the margins of society. Christendom is over. And the point I want to make in this series is that can be a good thing. That can be good for us. We can look to this motif of exile in the Old Testament and God's people of Israel, and then the New Testament church, especially in 1 Peter, and how exile actually brings about a reformation or a reorientation of what it means to be intimate with God and with one another, what it means to be his people, what it means to be adopted as his children, and a renewed sense of our purpose, to be a light to the nations, and a renewed sense of what it means to be a royal priesthood and a holy nation, and a renewed call to be set apart. So we're going to be looking at that. And so that's the second thing I want to challenge you to feast upon this Lent, is whether or not this past season you've been engaging on Sunday mornings, either here or online. I want to ask that you give it another shot in Lent and really engage each of our sermons in this series. So that's the second kind of feasting. 1 Peter, engage the sermon series. And then lastly, I'm going to offer drive-by communion. For those of you who are not able to be here or are not comfortable being here on a Sunday morning, between services, I'm going to offer communion out front of the building. So in order to receive it, I just ask that you would engage one of the services online and then come on by and I will give you communion. So 1 Peter, the sermon series, and communion are 3 ways I invite you to feast this Lent together with your church family. So that's it. That's the plan. And I hope you will jump in and fast and feast with us. God's peace.